Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. So, well, for starters, please disregard my kind of sweaty appearance. It is pretty warm here, and I turned my fan off so it wouldn't interfere with the mic. But yeah, it is pretty warm, so you'll probably see me do stuff like that from time to time. But nevertheless, that's one thing that TNA almost always got right. Hey, there's a lot of knocks against TNA, and understandably so. But almost one thing they got right all the time, and one thing they got right almost all the time was his tag teams. A lot of fantastic, legendary tag teams in TNA at one point or another, including the Mercy Machine Gun and Beer Money. Even the Young Bucks were a part of TNA at one point. But another famous tag team that a lot of people love, which ironically also has a member of Beer Money in it, was America's Most Wanted, that being James Storm and Chris Harris. His Cowboy James Storm and the Wildcat Chris Harris. And in fact, this match slash this feud kind of led to the formation of Beer Money. But what happens when the teammates finally he implode? Well, because of course that does happen, and almost every tag team has to break up at some point, whether it be a mutual breakup where they just decide to go their separate ways, whether it be a breakup like the brand split in WWE, or in this case, one member turning on the other, and James Storm had turned on Chris Harris, of course. So what would happen when these two finally collided? Only one of the worst TNA matches of all time. I'm talking about TNA Lockdown 2007, and as James Storm battles Chris Harris. It's now, of course, first as always, I'm not a professional wrestling reviewer analyst, just a man who enjoys a good time, which, yeah, wasn't here, the other thing worth mentioning is that I was doing my research. Like this year, for Off Month, I wanted to do my research when it comes to off wrestling matches. And this match, I just saw people talking about. And I didn't realize why at first until I saw the blindfolds. And I was like, oh no, is this match? Yes, this is the blindfolded six-sided cage match. And so, oh boy, we're in for a really good time. Like the blindfold match it's definitely a match that's hard to pull off because the whole gimmick is that the wrestlers are blindfolded, they're not able to see, and so they gotta like go around trying to like kind of like trying to find each other. It's pretty much like trying to play Marco Polo. You remember you played Marco Polo with your friends in the pool, but in the form of a wrestling match, and oh, it was not fun. So let's get into it. If you see these reviews of mine, you kind of know this work. You kind of already know how this works, I should say. If you haven't, pretty much I'm going to talk about what I like and dislike. Except for Off a Month, I've inverted it, so it's going to be what I disliked and then what I like. So what I dislike, everything pretty much. Like, why couldn't these two just have a regular match? Like, I get Lockdown. I think kind of the whole point of Lockdown was that every match was a cage match. Essentially, yeah, that was pitched. That idea was pitched by Dusty Rhodes a couple years earlier, or in 2005, if I'm not mistaken. And apparently apparently it was a joke that every match be in a cage match. But they went with it, and so Lockdown became a yearly staple of TNA. But for a little while, yeah, but why couldn't it just have been a regular match? Even if you have it in a K, hey, like why couldn't it just be a regular match? Why did they need blindfolds? They kind of tried to explain it. So pretty much how we got here is that James Storm had if I remember my reading correctly, James Storm had accidentally broken a bottle in Chris Harris's eye. So Chris Harris is blind in one eye, which why he comes out with a eye patch. So Chris Harris wants James Storm to feel like what it feels like, which, okay, but why? Hey, like what? Like why does this have to be a blind? Like if you wanted to do if you wanted to do like Chris Harris tries to blind James Storm afterwards, I think that would have been something. It probably would have been less cheesy than when Seth Rollins tried to do it to Rey Mysterio a couple years ago. But nevertheless, yeah. So that's why we have the blindfolds here, and yeah, like they're going around trying to find each other, or and trying to grab each other and try to wrestle each other. Ultimately, James Storm cheats to win in the end when he takes off his blindfold and then hits Chris Harris with the super kick. But otherwise, yeah, it's definitely not fun. It's definitely a pretty boring match, pretty dull match. They're trying hard to sell it on commentary, but yeah, no amount of window dressing can save this one. But believe it or not, there are a couple of redeeming qualities. For starters, the crowd is hilarious. Like the crowd's like the best part. There's Fire Russo chants, there's We Want Wrestling chants, there's a boring chant, and like the crowd, yeah, because this was when Vince Russo was in charge, because that worked so well last time. But yeah, so that's why you had the Fire Russo chant. The other one is that there was a couple kind of funny moments, like Chris Harris using the crowd as like a meter, pointing with his finger, like is he over here? Is he over here? And as he gets like warmer to him, the crowd like yeah he's over there, yeah. And so Chris Harris using it there. Admittedly, that was kind of funny. And when Chris Harris locked in, was about to lock it, and I believe the sharpshooter was on the referee because he didn't know it wasn't James Storm, man. Chris Harris almost kind of huffed up the referee a couple times in this one, which I guess is the price you pay for it being a blindfold. But otherwise, yeah. But there is one other saving grace. Apparently, they redeemed themselves at Sacrifice in a Texas Death Match. So I'll probably have to check that out on the channel at some point. But thankfully, they redeemed themselves there. A lot of people felt like that match was really good. Definitely a lot better than this one. So. At least there's kind of a happy ending to this. And of course, beer money would go on to be formed and everything. And Chris Harris even had afterwards. Chris Harris even had a little spell in WWE as Braden Walker, where he told probably the worst knock joke of all time. But yeah, but. What can you do after this match? Yeah, tis not fun at all. Well, and I will say the other thing. At least this one's also short. Like this one's about 9 minutes. So thankfully it's not like super duper long. Thankfully they're able. 9 minutes is still too long for this match, but they do put us out of our misery relatively quickly, so I guess I can give them that. But otherwise, yes, that's going to do it for this match. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends, and turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. And let me know in the comments what your thoughts on the match, my review of the match. Did you like to like the match? Did you like to like my review of the match? Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.